a while ago I said that I might make Saint Trina for Holiday Matsuri, but I have also decided, well, there's two caveats to Saint Trina. So first of all, I have to be completely done with Heroes of Cosplay before I start her, because that is just, I cannot take on another project when I'm still trying to get Heroes of Cosplay done. Heroes of Cosplay is almost done. It should be coming out December 7th. If that changes, I will let y'all know. There is one, like, missing piece to that I want to get, that I should get in the next week, and then, of course, I need to go through and, like, do some final checks and stuff. So this next week is my last week of Heroes of Cosplay, and there's not much left to do on it. So my other caveat to starting Saint Trina before Hallmat is I need to get my other girlies up to shape before they go to cons, because I'm right after Hallmat, at the very beginning of January, I'm also going to Anime Los Angeles. And I want to take Teto because she's small and I'm very proud of her because I'm like judging the Masquerade at ALA. And let me tell you, the people I am judging with are so impressive. Okay, so I don't know how to say this. Aethel Artistry, they have the coolest thing they have done. Or, to me, the coolest thing they have done. They've done a lot of cool stuff. They have created looks for Evie Oddly's appearance on Drag Race All-Stars. They also are a textile technician for NASA, helping to make spacesuits. This is who I'm judging with at ALA. What? So, really talented people. And what I saw, and then the other people have also done, they are Aikosu, A-I-C-O-S-U. They have been official judges for World Cosplay Summit, so I'm judging with people that are, like, way better at me than this stuff. So, when I saw their profiles, I was like, should I bring my Sakizo diamond so that I can look like I should be here? You know what I mean? Should I bring my most impressive cosplay just to feel like I warrant standing next to these people that work for NASA, right? But bringing my Sakizo diamond to California sounds like a terrible idea. And I think the people that, I think all three of those people, because one of them, Aikosu, is a couple. They appear to be a couple. So it's those two and then Aethel or Athel. Anyway, Athel is the one that works for NASA. I do believe these people will think that Teto's jacket is impressive, so that's all that matters. So we're bringing Teto. But anyway, if you missed the MomoCon vlog, Teto's wig got pretty messed up at MomoCon. Let me grab her. She's right there. Here's Teto. So I already fixed her bolts. Basically what happened at MomoCon was, I thought only one of the pigtails had come off. It turns out 3 out of the 4 bolts holding both pigtails in had come out. And this is another thing I wanted to ask opinions on. I need some advice on a bread bag. So, originally, I wanted to make a bread bag for Teto, and I never did. And I've got a little bit of time before Holiday Matsuri, and I want to make her a bread bag, but I also don't want to buy any fabric to do it. So, I would like some input on the fabrics that I do have, because I could kind of make a bread bag, but I'll just show you what I have. This was the main thing I wanted to talk about, because I don't know about this decision. So, this is the shape I'm thinking for this bread bag. Okay, it's supposed to be a baguette, but, like, realistically, if I make this bag the shape of a baguette, it's gonna suck, right? These are the 2 fabrics that I have for this, okay? This is a, like, brown gold polyester dupioni, or the dupioni. It's pretty flimsy, and so I kind of want to, you know how, like, a baguette has, like, it's bread, and then it has like the slashes in it. I'm just trying to make a bag that is like bread colored and has the slashes. Well, my thought is that I can use this as the slashes and this weird fabric as the body of the bread. So this is some kind of like pleather, some kind of like tan pleather. It's really thick. It's not the kind of thing, it's not a sourdough bag Nemesis tea type. It's a wide baguette. It's a large baguette because Teto deserves a large baguette bag. Anyway, the problem with this stuff is that I can't like sew it like right sides together and turn it inside out because it's so thick. So what I'm thinking is this is the main part of the bag, and then I do bias tape in the dark brown, and then I do the slashes in the dark brown, and then I line it with the dark brown, and then there's a zipper like on the back, and then I just do like loops, and then I have like a black strap that I took off a purse a long time ago that I can put on there. But if you look at pictures of baguettes, you know where they have the slashes are normally a lighter color, but these are literally like the only two bread colored things I have in my stash that I can use for this. Basically, can I get away with having slashes in the baguette that are darker? Because like we can't just do the slashes in this, it's too heavy. Like this makes way more sense as the actual fabric for the bag because it's a pleather. But it's also a pleather, so I could kind of paint on it to make it make it look like there's like flour on it. Maybe. I do see people are saying maybe dye/paint the pleather. I could do that. We could maybe paint it and have it look like actual bread. You know what I could do? I could just cut instead of here's what I could do. I could just use that dark fabric as the lining and then do the whole outside, but like in this pleather. I am picking it up with my foot. Not for free because I'm going to cover my foot, but I'm going to successfully pick this pleather up with my feet. This is the most chaotic stream I have ever done, is it not? Anyway, what if I just do like the slits like as actual cutouts, and then I put like EVA foam in there, and there's my leg, and then paint it to be the slashes. So that maybe we just paint it so it looks like real bread. I don't know. Anyway, Teto's wig like lost all of her bolts at MomoCon, but I also am not super happy with the bangs. You can see I've got them kind of clipped right here because I want to add a little more hair to them. Ronnie bonus hands moment. That was my foot. But yeah, I want to kind of revamp her bangs a little bit, but here's the thing I want an opinion on. Like an eat-up bread bag? No, like a bread bag that looks like bread, but it's painted to be like bread instead of being like fabric-y. You know what I mean? I'm gonna put the microphone down again so I can put her back. Okay, so the thing with Teto's wig though is for both, I'm taking Teto to both Hallmat and ALA, right? Because I love her, and I think she's perfect, and she's also really small. But my thing is, for both Hallmat and for ALA, I kind of want to do, like, carry-on only with a backpack, because I recently got a, like, small suitcase backpack that I took on my North Carolina trip. If you watch that vlog, that white backpack I'm wearing on day 2 is what I put all of my stuff in, and I can fit a pretty good amount of stuff in there. It's a baguette. Well, it's a wide baguette. But I want to do Hallmat and ALA carry-on and backpack only. And the thing is, I only want to take 2 cosplays to both of them. if I start making Saint Trina, I don't know that Saint Trina will be done in time for Hall Mat, but she will probably be done in time for ALA. But Hall Mat, I'm taking Teto and Penelope, and that's it. But here's the thought with Teto's wig. Like, Teto's wig fits in like a carry-on size suitcase, but she takes up like almost the entire thing. But make the bread bag as your carry-on bag. Well, see, that's the backpack. When you do carry-on only, you've got your carry-on size suitcase, but then you can have a personal item. And for me, that would be the suitcase backpack, right? So I'm like maximizing the space of these two things. I just don't like checking my cosplays. I don't like my cosplays being in other people's possessions. It stresses me the hell out, and I would rather just have them with me the entire time if I can fit them. The thing is Teto could be a lot smaller if I was willing to unhook her pigtails and like coil her drill curls up and put them inside of her. Like inside the part where my head goes, you know what I mean? Like, she would take up a little less space, but the way she is right now, the bolts are actually really, really frustrating to like get through the hair, because you can't see where the hole is because the hair takes up the entire hole. And I don't think I really talked about it in Teto's video, but the thing I do is I take like a crochet hook or an awl, and I basically like find the hole with the crochet hook and like use it to guide the bolt inside. But it's a really annoying process, and it's not something I would want to do in a hotel room. Like, I could, but my thought is, what if I try to like switch it out to where instead of it being one bolt that goes all the way through, that it's on the base wig, I bolt magnets to the base wig, and then I bolt magnets to the drill curl. Because you can get those rare earth magnets that have the hole in them. And I don't know if they would be strong enough. I would definitely, the thing is I would definitely be able to bolt them and have them not be like super obtrusive or like change the way the wig is, because they already have the holes for the bolts, and because they have that hanger wire in them, the magnets have a place that I can bolt them to and they won't move. I don't know if that would work, but do y'all think I should try that? Because it would mean that I can take them off and put them inside of her, and then I can fit her in the suitcase better. So, and then yeah, and somebody said, Solar Flare says, ooh, that would be cool. And then I can do, like, at the con, I can go pop and just have my pigtail and then pop it back on. And like, I've seen those at Lowe's. So if I can get that, this is my plan for this week for Teto. I want to get some more volume in her bangs. I don't like how big, like, I feel like when I did these bangs, I did them too small. So I've pulled a little more hair in there. I want to soften the sides a little bit because I feel like they're a little, like, they're too feathery. You know what I mean? And then I want to try and see if I can replace the single bolt with bolted in magnets and see how strong that is, because that'll give me a little more room in the suitcase. I have not sewn in a while at this point. Like, I think I might have done, I did a little bit of sewing for, if y'all remember when my friend Melanie came on the stream and we were making that corset for her. I put together a little bit of that corset, but really I have mostly just been editing videos for the last 6 months. I've not really been sewing. I haven't really done a lot of sewing. And I was starting to get scared that I would, like, not want to jump back into it, you know? Because especially when the next thing I really need to make is my wedding dress. And I keep getting stuck on decisions with that. But yesterday, I made myself a little bag for Penelope which is one of like, both of these girls need bags, right? That's what the bread bag is for, and Penelope needed a little reticule. It's not really a reticule. I'll show it to you. But Penelope doesn't have pockets, and Teto doesn't have pockets, so they needed a bag. So I made this bag for Penelope, but here's the cool part. Okay. So like I said, it's not a reticule. What it really is a drawstring tote bag that is inspired by a reticule. It's way bigger than a reticule, right? But it's fully matching. I had just enough of the fabric left to the point where it's literally all 3 layers that are in the dress. It's the cotton, the voile, and the... You can see that. And the embroidery. I had just enough of everything left to do a nice sized drawstring bag. But here's the kicker. This doubles as a packing cube for Penelope herself. Here's my magic trick, y'all. The whole dress fits in there. Y'all mind if I change into something more comfortable? Pulls out the Penelope dress. So here's the bag. I didn't want the strap to actually be like reticule size, because reticules are normally smaller than this. And they usually have a little wrist strap, but I wanted a strap that I could put over my shoulder, you know, or like go all the way over here. So like I said, what I've really made is a reticule-inspired drawstring bag, but the entire dress fits in there. Just like a sleeping bag, yeah. So yeah, that's fun. And now I also have a bag to walk around in Penelope with. And now Teto just needs one. And so the goal for the bread bag is that I can fit all of Teto in there. I don't know if that will happen because I don't know how big of a zipper I'm gonna be able to, like, I don't know how flexible this fabric is gonna be. And you know what, at the end of the day, I might avoid working with this pleather entirely and just go to Joann's and buy some, like, fleece and do, like, a big cartoony... Actually, you know what would be better is if I went to Joann's, bought fleece, and then I could make an even bigger, like, longer baguette bag. That would just be, like, the silliest prop. Is that what I should do? Because I can totally just go to Joann's this week and buy some brown fleece and make a big baguette bag. Because, like, I'd like it to be at least this wide. But then if it's that big, will it fit in a bag? Maybe, like, a slightly longer than this. And then then it can, like, roll up. I don't know. Body size baguette bag, like body pillow size baguette bag. But then we're running into a problem with, I want all of this to fit into 2 tiny suitcases. But what if, like maybe that would fit if it's like not super stuffed. Like, yeah, I'm talking like, yeah, y'all have it. Like body size, maybe not a full body pillow, but like body pillow sized baguette bag. But I want it to fit in a carry-on suitcase. Anyway, what I was going to do today is I will give you the behind the scenes exposure of how lazy Sarah is when it comes to making things in videos sometimes. Because the thing about Penelope is I made her in the summer knowing that I wasn't going to wear her to a con until the winter because I didn't have another con planned until Hallmat. And so, if you remember Penelope's video, if you even saw it, one of the things I did was bind the inside seam allowance of the sleeves in bias tape because this outside fabric with all the embroidery on it is on like a net and it's itchy. And so I did a binding here and then also did one down here on the sleeve band. You can kind of see the blue fabric. Well, you know what I didn't ever do? Is do that on the other sleeve. Because I was like, well, I can stand being a little itchy while I film the other video, you know? Because at that point, that was the only thing I was wearing her for, was to film the secondary Penelope video. But now that I want to wear her to a con, what I was going to do today is go through and bind these, but that can't really happen because as y'all saw, the stream died twice. But the other thing I did was I did realize that I do have room for a zipper back here. So the other thing I was going to do, you can see that, I went ahead and I basted in a little green zipper. And it's just basted on one, well, it's basted on both sides. But I put it behind my little flap that I have here. You see that? So I gave her a little flap because when I first made her, she didn't really fit. But now I have a little flap to cover my zipper. Which I think will work well because she originally only closed with some hook and eyes because I was lazy. I think when I wore her for that video, I like closed her with a safety pin or like a straight pin. And like I just didn't finish Penelope because I didn't want to. But now I have to because I'm going to wear her to Hall Mat. But she'll be a fun one to wear to Hall Mat because she's like kind of Christmassy in that she's green. Anyway, yeah, I wanted to work on Teto's wig with y'all, but that is not happening. But a little bit of a shorter stream today because of all the technical difficulties. Thanks for watching this year-old Patreon stream re-upload. If you want to see the Patreon streams actually live or in full, then you can check out my Patreon because you can get access for just $1 a month. And a big thank you to Mel, or Pocket Leaves, who's editing these streams down for me so I can focus on my main channel videos. You can check out Mel's work on either their channel Pocket Leaves or Pocket Cons, and sometimes you'll even see me in their con vlogs. It's a special occurrence when it happens. But as always, if you're just watching, liking, commenting, subscribing, then you're supporting this channel too. So thank you. Bye!